Hello, hello. This is Rachel, and I am reporting to you from the very first day of the CRAMATHON or Readathon. I just woke up this morning. I'm going to get some breakfast, and then I am going to get started on my reading. First, today, I want to finish up a couple of books that I have not finished from this week before I get to my original TBR. So I'm going to start first with the audiobook for Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Yeah, I'm really liking this so far, so I'm excited to get it finished today. And then I have another book that I am probably about 40% of the way through called Catacomb by Madeline Rowe. I'm hoping to get that also finished today, so we'll see. Today I've set mostly aside for reading, so hopefully I will have a really good reading day. So I will check in a little bit later and let you know how today goes. Hello again. It's a little bit later today on Saturday, and I got a little bit of reading done, not as much as I'd hoped at this point, but at this point, we have now finished Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and I really like this one. I thought it was good. I'm excited to get started on the next Harry Potter. And then I picked up a Christmas book that was not on my TBR. It is My True Love Gave to Me. It's 12 stories, and I read the first story in this. I'm hoping to maybe span this out and read a couple of stories every day until Christmas. So, yeah, I thought I'd go ahead and pick this up and read the first story. The first story I just read was by Rainbow Rowell, and it was alright. I'm getting ready to head out to get some dinner with my family and go to a Christmas light display. And then after that, I'm hoping to jump back into Catacomb and hopefully get that pretty close to being finished tonight, if not completely finished. That way I can really jump into my actual TBR books because I haven't done that yet. So yeah, that's the goal for tonight. I'm not sure if I'll have another wrap up for this evening, but I will definitely check in sometime again soon with my updates. I'll see you a little bit later. Okay, so it is midnight on the first night of the CRAMATHON, and I have one final update for you. So basically, when I got home from dinner and the light show, I ate some Christmas cookies and watched Family Feud. So I didn't get as much reading done as I'd hoped, but I did get some done. I did pick up Catacomb, and I got about 45 pages of this done today. And yeah, I'm getting closer to getting done, so I'm hoping to finish this tomorrow. But regardless, my final first day total is about 110 pages, which I'd kind of hope for more, but that's still not too bad. But at least I did get some reading done, and I finished Harry Potter. So hopefully tomorrow I can finish Catacomb and maybe pick back up My True Love Gave to Me and read a couple more stories in this. And then I'm hoping I can at least wrap those two up, and if I have extra time, maybe get to a graphic novel tomorrow. We'll see. Tomorrow I do have a few things on my plate, so I'm not sure how the reading is going to go. So we will see tomorrow. But good night for day one. Alright, so yesterday I did not get much done for day 2 of CRAMATHON. I had quite a few family events yesterday, and I got to read just a little bit of Catacomb in the car, literally traveling between events, and then a little bit last night before I went to bed. However, this morning I got up and I jumped right into this, and I finished Catacomb by Madeline Rowe. I think this one was better than the other ones in the series. Instead of being at the New Hampshire college that was haunted, we were at basically traveling down and spending most of the time in New Orleans, and that was kind of fun. Although I think the Catacomb title is maybe a little misleading because there was maybe like one chapter spent in the Catacomb. But I liked it. I thought this was probably better than the other two, and it was pretty interesting. So this one is completely finished, and then I went ahead and picked up Shrinklets this afternoon. It's 70 of the world's towering classics cut down to size by Maurice Sagoff. Basically what they do is they take classic titles and they shrink it down to just a little poem. I gave this 2.5 out of 5 stars because it wasn't that great. A few of them were good. I think Great Gatsby was really good. And there was another one that was pretty good. I don't remember which one it was now because I just kind of buzzed through them all. But the ones that are listed here just on the cover to give you kind of an example: Great Gatsby, Don Quixote, Alice in Wonderland, Catcher in the Rye, Moll Flanders, Lolita, Moby Dick, Antigone, Gulliver's Travels, Dante's Inferno. Those are just some of the ones listed on the front. They have quite a few in here, including some poems. It was interesting. I just didn't like some of them. I thought it really didn't give you enough information. It would be nice if you could read it and really understand what the book was about, and I guess that's kind of not possible since you'd really need to read the book. But I feel like they could give you more. I think they shrunk it down too far. I think they could give you more about what the book is really about, or at least just some of the activities in the book. So I think they shrunk it down too much, but it's an interesting idea. And this was from the library that I work at, so I was glad to pick one up from there that I could kind of share my opinion with students as they come in. So that is now finished. I'm moving on tonight. I want to pick up My True Love Gave to Me again and read a couple more stories. And then I want to get started with The Living Dead Girl. So I'm hoping to get some of that read. I don't think I'll get either one of those finished tonight, but hopefully some more reading. So right now I'm going to take a break and do some chores that I need to do today and get some dinner and maybe take a break and watch some TV a little bit because I haven't really done anything besides read. I did take a quick nap though. But I haven't really done anything else besides reading, so I need to get some work done and just a little break and then hopefully get back into my reading. So that is kind of my update at this point. Midway through day number 3 of CRAMATHON. We'll see how the rest of this goes. So I'll check in a little bit later. Bye for now. So it is midnight on day 3 of CRAMATHON, and at this point I have just finished The Living Dead Girl by Elizabeth Scott. Wow. That's all I can really say for now is just whoa. And I read it all in one sitting, so I think the impact was even greater. So we'll get to this more in the wrap up once it's had a chance to kind of roll around in my head a little bit. And then I picked up My True Love Gave to Me again, and I read the second story, and that was The Lady and the Fox by Kelly Link. I wasn't crazy about it. It was kind of weird, but the writing was really good. I just didn't get the story. So I don't know. I'm not too thrilled with this so far. I've only read 2 of the stories, but both of them have been kind of So I'm hoping to maybe read the third one before I go to bed tonight, and hopefully it'll be a little bit better. The first 2 followed the 3 friends as a group through their experiences at a haunted college that had an asylum as one of the buildings. And this one, the asylum and the college has been shut down / burned down. So this time they are traveling down to New Orleans, and this takes place on their way to New Orleans and around New Orleans, and it is very spooky, and I think I like it the best. I think it was probably the setting, but yeah, I like this one the best. The group of bad guys in this one were called the Bone Artists, which I thought was very cool. I gave this one 3.5 out of 5 stars. Next, I picked up a short little book, and that was called Shrinklets, and basically they take classic pieces of literature and shrink them down to a small poem. I gave this 2 out of 5 stars because I think they shrunk some of them down too much. I think you lose a lot of essence of what the story is about. So, I mean, you can't even read these poems and get a ton of the plot, which I know that's really would be hard to do, but I think they should have been a little bit longer than what they were. Some of them were kind of funny, though. I don't think you would get any of the poems unless you actually were familiar with the story, though. So I don't know. I gave this 2.5 stars. It was a quick, easy, kind of entertaining read for me. Next, I picked up Living Dead Girl by Elizabeth Scott, and I think this was amazing writing. I thought the writing in this was absolutely amazing. But the story is horrible. I mean, not the one that she creates, but just the idea of the story. Basically, this little girl is kidnapped when she's young from a field trip and has been abducted by Ray, and he keeps her prisoner, and he is abusing her, and he threatens her, and he beats her, and I mean, it's just gross. It's so sad, and wow. And I read it all in one sitting, so it really hit me. I just thought it was so terribly sad, but the writing is phenomenal. I mean, I literally could not help but turn the page to see what happened to this girl. it's so sad. And like I said, she gets abducted and she's living with him forever. And you're really in her mindset of how she is the living dead girl, how she's still living, but she's not living at all. And she's kind of dead inside herself. And it gets to the point where he asks her to help him find someone to take her place. And at this point, she's willing to do anything to bring on an end, whether it's her death or whether it's her running away or whatever. She just wants this all to end, as you can imagine. And it's insanely gut-wrenching, but it's such a good, writing is just amazing. The writing I thought was great. Obviously the story is horrible, but I couldn't put it down. So I would give this one probably 3.5 to 4 stars. I'm not sure yet. And it was interesting. If you read this one, let me know what you think. I'm still kind of processing it, and wow, that's pretty much all I can say. And last, I read 2 stories from My True Love Gave to Me. I'm not totally impressed with them yet. I read the first one, which was by Rainbow Rowell, called Midnights, and I thought it was kind of boring. Not a ton happened. As you can see, I left a little note that says not much happened. It goes through the process of several midnights with this couple, and I don't know. It didn't really keep my attention. I was ready for the story to be over, and yeah, 2 out of 5 stars. This is actually the first thing I've read by Rainbow Rowell, and this does not inspire me really to want to read the other things, but I'm hoping to give Fangirl a try because I've heard good things. The next story was called The Lady and the Fox by Kelly Link, and I also gave this one 2 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and I put good writing, weird story, and I really can't tell you too much what happened here. Again, it revisits the same people year after year, and I don't know. I don't know what happened. It's so weird. Basically, this girl, her mom is in a Thai prison, and her godmother is this rich lady who is a part of this crazy family. And I'm good crazy. Good crazy. She likes to go. But she goes and spends Christmas with them every year because they have this huge house, but she's not living with them. She's living with an aunt that she's not real crazy about, but apparently is nice to her. I don't know. And there's a boy, and he kind of likes her, and she kind of likes him, and you think as they grow up they're going to get together, but then she finds this weird guy, and was he a ghost? Was he a fox? I don't know. It was crazy. It was crazy. There's snow machines and I don't know. Foxes and coats and fake snow. I don't know. 2 out of 5 stars because I have no idea what happened. But again, the writing was really good. I actually marked some of the lines on there with a post-it note that I just love the lines, but I have no idea what happened in that story, so I'm going with the 2 out of 5. That does not make me too excited to keep going with this because I don't know what happens in these stories, but I'm gonna keep going. I want to read at least another story before I completely give up. I'm hoping maybe I can just plow through this and get this done for Christmas, but there's so far not so good. So I don't know. If you've read this and there's some good stories in here, let me know which ones are your favorites so I can definitely make sure I read those. And yeah, that sums up my read books for this readathon. Again, it didn't quite hit my TBR. I still had 4 books on my TBR that I didn't get to, but I actually read a couple of books that I didn't have on my TBR, so I guess it's kind of a trade-off, and I'm excited for what I got done. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I will have a great total wrap-up for you this December. Thanks for watching. Bye!